Hello and welcome, you crazy people. My name is Jay, and the question we're going to ask today is: are we very soon, or within the next 5 years, which in MMO terms is pretty soon, are we going to get a Marvel MMO? Now, obviously, in terms of superhero MMOs, we've had the DC Online or whatever it is. There was a Marvel game called Marvel Heroes, which I vaguely remember, but I don't remember it being very popular. But I'm talking about like a proper superhero Marvel game, a little bit more like DC Online or like City of Heroes. Now, the reason that is the case is it turns out that Daybreak, who you may remember from my last video, who have just been bought by EG7, seem to have a licensing agreement with, with Marvel. So let's have a look. I'm in my dressing gown because it's cold. The house is cold. It is what it is. So yeah, I forgot how many days ago it was. A couple of days ago, EG7 they bought Daybreak, right? And it turns out that I'm not 100% sure who made this presentation. So it was Enad Global 7. They apparently made an investor presentation, and it outlined some of the successes of Daybreak games. Now, by the way, MMORPG here, the website.com, they are not claiming that this is a definite Marvel game that's coming out that's going to be an MMO. Apparently there is a Marvel game in the works, but we don't know if it's an MMO and stuff like that. So anyway, it's DC Universe Online. So let's have a closer look at this, right? Basically, long story short, license agreement with Marvel. So for those of you who don't know Daybreak, they made the pioneering online game, which was EverQuest. Fair enough. And there's an EverQuest game in the works. We don't quite know anything about it really, but there's an EverQuest game in the works, so we're probably going to see some sort of return, which apparently isn't a mobile game, so that's good, because I'm not personally a huge fan of mobile games, but I mean, I'm nothing against them either. So their expertise in free-to-play models, they're pretty much, they're the leading MMORPG developer on the same slide that they have a license agreement with Marvel. Okay. Now, considering there doesn't seem to be any games that they make with Marvel in them, what does that mean? It could be just a crossover for maybe DC Universe Online or whatever it is. Hopefully, though, it's perhaps a little bit more, and maybe they have a game in the works, and if it's an MMO developer like Daybreak. Now, Daybreak, the recent successes haven't been that good. They made H1Z1. The EverQuest Next project failed. PlanetSide had like a game that never quite made it out of early access. PlanetSide Arena, I think it was. They now look after Lord of the Rings and the DC Online. So yeah, by the way, this picture, he's the CEO or a CEO. He's wearing like, I don't know, wearing that hat. I just find it just looks, I don't know, it's not what you would expect, I think, but either way, it is what it is. And so that is all literally that is the speculation. There's no footage, there's no confirmation, there's no anything. It's just whether or not we're actually going to get that game. So this is Marvel Heroes, which you can't see because it's I've stupidly got it like set up, but Marvel Heroes will look like something like this, which reminds me of a mobile game, but apparently it came to consoles and stuff. Oh, that's actually just showing me all of the Marvel Heroes. It's not exactly what I wanted. But so could it happen? Should it happen? Will it happen? Could it happen? Yes. If they have the licensing agreement, it probably could happen. For me, when you look at MMOs when you look at the ones that have been successful or they tried to be successful to like kill World of Warcraft. A lot of the big ones had IPs. We had Star Wars, and my mind's gone back. Lord of the Rings. We've had the big IPs. They've sort of took their shot and they sort of failed. Warhammer, and now I sort of feel like Marvel would make sense, even though Batman's a better superhero. But Marvel would make sense. I was going to say it's not super popular like right now because it's sort of in between. It's like story arcs, isn't it? You know what I mean? The Avengers Civil War thing. Not Civil War. The Thanos thing. I can't remember what it's called. They had a whole arc and it's over, so now we're sort of in between. But in theory, you can imagine Marvel's going to be back. By the way, they've timed that really well with the Corona, haven't they? Because nobody's really missing it, whereas they were doing like 2 films a year most of the time. Anyway, so a Marvel game, if you're going to shoot a shot, would be a great shot to shoot. So's the EverQuest games. If Daybreak can actually do it, if they can make a new EverQuest and a Marvel MMO, they have very, very high potential, right? However, if they just do them badly and they're not that good, or they're like little small games, then, you know, that could be the death knell. But, like, yeah, it could happen. Will it happen? Something will happen. They'll make something. Will it be any good? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, we're not expecting anything soon, but we've got a new Lord of the Rings game on the horizon. Could have a new EverQuest game on the horizon. Could have a new Marvel MMO on the horizon. Like, this could, you know, spark a bit more life into the genre, but we'll see. We'll see. We need something. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.